Hi, hope everyone, my name is Mr. Fruit, and welcome back to our Pokemon randomized Unbound Nuzlocke Let's Play. I think I might have said that one in the wrong order. Great to have you all back this fine Wednesday, because today's a special day. For several reasons. Well, it's the day before our greatest releases. Oh, let's freaking go. But also, maybe more importantly, we go to the Cube. Boom! Courtesy of, hold on, let me actually figure it out. Let me look up the comment to give them proper kudos. Mossy Cheese 87 wanted to remind me that from Snorlax we got leftovers. Didn't mean click that. I didn't see that. I don't know. Things are happening so fast. I was clicking. Who knows? I don't. But this is huge. We got to give it to somebody. And it should probably, like, first, I mean, leftovers when we put Cresselia back on the team at some point. 100%. Like, come on. Without a shadow of a doubt. But for now, I think perhaps Koyambu with the leftovers. Now the Rocky helmet, I'll probably throw that on maybe our Mesprit or something. I'll figure that later, but freaking sick. And you know what else is sick? Our fossil's baked. It's ready. The oven just went off. It's finally time to see what this scientist cooked up. You remember we had a sail fossil, and it took some time. But now, I've successfully revived your fossil into a healthy Amara. Now, or that's just what it would normally become. What it would revive into, because that's the normal fossil. But in reality, I need some space in my party to get it, obviously. So let's let's go ahead and do that. My fault. Okay, and in reality, hold on, I'm saving the game. In case we want to shiny hunt this random fossil. Doobie-doobie-doo. And survey says it is Volbeat. It is Volbeat. Okay. Yep, that's a Volbeat. Don't worry about it. Jeez. Just picked a random name, and we have... Guys, you gotta... Okay. SD McGee. SD McGee. I think that's how you say it. Happy to get what we can with Nuzlocke. Take the time you need not to burn out in honor of this run. And the name so far, I propose the name... you probably already know where this one's going. How exactly? Okay, so they want... Yep, and then... Yep. Oh, hold on. Okay, so it'll feel a tight squeeze. Pause. That's right, the one, the only Tig-O Bitty. Maybe it's best we put the Tig-O Bitty in the in the PC. Don't we have an Illumise or no a freaking ham sam? What? I thought I know we don't have Volbeat. I kind of thought we had an Illumise, which wouldn't be species. Even though they're very similar, they are different. Okay, well, let's at least see what you're cooking here, Tig-O Bitty. Survey says, I know you have Jolly Nature, which is speed up, special type down, imposter. Okay. Wait. Don't we have another imposter? We did. We have Cruiser or Galvantula, but I think... Don't we have another imposter? Is that our third imposter? Can't remember. Obviously, if we caught the Landorus, that also would have been imposter. Let me just double check here. Because I could have sworn, but maybe I was just thinking of the Galvantula. I knew for sure we had another one, but I wasn't thinking of Galvantula. Survey says... Yeah, no, okay. I guess it was. Well, never mind, little old me. The heck do I know, brother? Good to have you on the team. You'll fit in right along with Digbick, Ponglinus, the whole sorts. You already know. But we still need our catching mons, because we have to go back to Route 16 to see the second Pokemon we encountered, because that is going to be the encounter for, what was it, Route 15 or whatever? In the sea where we had everything in the water. Although, people are pointing out, if I can remember, I do have the Dex nav, so I can double check to make sure, like, if we've actually seen everything. But yeah, I obviously forget that that's a thing. It's gonna be crazy, watch this. Survey says Lapras. Okay. Yeah, I mean, nothing to say. Like, who's gonna hate on Lapras? Nah, this is a level 49 Lapras. And we are weak. I don't think I have to worry about false swipe killing. I think I have to worry about Mahiro dying. Why don't... Stratton's technically weak, too. Can MCM Hero survive one hit? Probably not. Lofi, I'm just scared you won't eat a stab hit very well. Wait, didn't even use ice. Maybe it doesn't know ice? Still a lot of damage. We could paralyze it, but sleep does give better capture. I'm kidding you. It's currently 10:30. I'm trying to get this up today, which is going to be a thing. It's been a busy morning. Just got my Arc Raiders sponsor video up. That was the sponsor I was talking about earlier. Pog. But it's been a busy morning, so I was like, all right, we got to get to this. So, like, I don't have much time. I haven't yawned once this morning, man. Not once. I'm like, you guys probably think I'm just kind of like, yeah, okay, Mr. I'm serious, bro. I'm serious. Flame Charge is neutral and not stab for us, so I'm hoping this shouldn't even do half. Probably gonna actually do way less than that. Oh my goodness, it's not even remote. Okay. See, there's the Ice Beam. That's a little worrisome. We're frozen. Okay. Wow. All right. Well, we're nearly dead. So maybe we should have paralyzed. The Stratton comes in here, but you're weak. But if we're able to get the sleep off, why do I feel like Stratton eats it though? But I don't think you're that defensive, are you? Special defense 145. Actually, it's way better than that, but that wasn't super effective. And you have less max HP. YOLO. I'm not risking our Shiinotic on this. What do you mean, bruh? What do you mean, bruh? What's their ability? Adaptability. Oh. Well, that's... I mean, if we catch it, that's great. But that just means their stab moves are doing even more, right? Like a 25% extra? So now stab is 1.75 instead of 1.5x or something? Something like that? Or maybe it's 50%? I don't know. It's not good. Like that. What, can I get a spore off? Okay, it didn't use Ice Beam because it's stupid. Freaking stupid. Alright, now, one turn of guaranteed sleep, which means we're going to throw a Giga Drain out there. This won't kill it. Bro, it's too tanky for that. At least you better be. I mean, if you don't, honestly, did you deserve... Come on. Oof. Wow, that was a lot. Okay, that was a lot more than I thought. Alright, well, this is a good chance to just throw out that Ultra Ball while he's still asleep. We're full health. Never say never. Yes. Did I ever tell you guys I did a talent show performance where I lip synced as Justin Bieber for Never Say Never? Thankfully, there's no recordings of it. That's best where it's left. It was at some summer camp thing. I don't remember. Try and gain some experience points. But I'd never heard the song, and because like we got paired up in teams, and for some reason they're like, I'm asking everybody, it's like, what are you guys' talents? Nothing, 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 nothing. just nothing. I'm like, all right, sick. So they're like, why don't we do like a dance? Like a dance. You guys know how to dance? Spoilers, they didn't. But they're like, you know, you could just, because I had like a sweatshirt at the time that looked like Justin Bieber, and I think this was right after he cut his hair, so I kind of had like the Justin Bieber look, like short hair. And they're like, you look like Justin Bieber. He just released this new song, or I think it was newish. And they're like, yeah, somebody had like their iPod, and they're like, I have the song, so I had to listen to it all day on repeat, trying to memorize the words, so I could at least lip sync it, like, and it actually looked like I knew what I was singing. I took it very seriously. The rest of my team didn't. We didn't win. Their heart wasn't in it. But hey, you know, I never do. No half measures here. Mystic water. Don't mind if I do. So anyway, we got a Lapras. Lapras. And I have here Dreamcaster. Who says Earth's protagonist is Greta Thunberg? Like, seriously, so much has happened to the girl and she keeps throwing herself into more situations. Honestly, I could see that. Because I feel like it's just enough under the radar, too, where some people know about her, but also, like, just don't pay enough attention, where, like, that kind of gives off the protag energy. I can't spell it. Okay, we'll just miss the E. Dreamcaster. You know, we never had one of those. Dreamcast, that is. Choo-doo-doo. And by we, I mean my family. We got a hip, zip, bippity fly on out of here, because bro's frozen. It's like burned, so it shouldn't hurt outside of combat, but I ain't taking no chances, and I'm getting my real team back. We're headed down to Route 16. We're gonna get to the new town. We're gonna boom bye, so that way, this week's potential power will be the gym battle, and then that way I know what to grind and how our team's gonna swap up headed into next week. But in order to do that, I need you to like the video. Like the video and comment down below for a chance to have Pokemon named after you, just like those two Pokemon, Tiggo Bitty and Dreamcaster. My team is on fire. Get on back in here, Digbick. Little rascal. Must be a little cold out, you know, he's trying to hide. You guys know. Alright, wild question. Which way does it hang? Be honest. From a male audience out there, which is like 98%. Okay? Maybe not. Actually, I'm gonna look that up, because I feel like maybe on this Pokemon channel, if any were gonna have probably the bigger female demo, it would probably be this. 1 second. I don't wanna underrepresent our female viewers. Gotta empower the women out there. That's right. Okay. 4.7% female demographic. That's right. But to the 95.1, because I have 0.2% that are user specified. So for my 95% males, which way is it swing? Which way is it hang around? You got a 50-50 when it comes to me, so feel free to pick your pick. I won't share that, you know. Okay, it's left. It's left. I said it. All right, it's fine. Rewatched Interstellar last night with Claire. I got the 4K. We threw it on the Blu-ray player. Oh, so sick. And the visuals is stunning. And it's so cool knowing that up until the end, like the last 10 minutes or so, the entire movie is scientifically accurate. Like they consulted and had a whole bunch of people. So it's so cool seeing everything happen and all the science, knowing that is how it works. And then seeing it's still more or less, you know, artist representation of some stuff like a black hole. While we do finally have a picture of a black hole, you know, the accretion disk and everything is still like an artist's conceptual, because like I think they're like, well, that's what it should look like, the science says. And to me, that's wild. I can't believe that that's real. So I like, once they get an actual picture, if they ever can, I'll be like, oh sheesh. But like, it's so hard, it's so crazy to me, which is probably why it actually is real too. Like, it's so hard to to actually think about, you know? And before I forget about it, because you know I do. Rocky helmet to our boy Gris. Do 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 do. You do 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 do. There you go, buddy. Okay, and we're zooming. We're zooming. We're grooving. Wait, did I heal? We healed. I already went over that bridge, I think. And we're back, baby. One big pearl. That's some money. Oh, sheesh, we're rich. My God. Now, when do I get rock climb, though? That's when the world's really going to open up to us. And I can't tell if that's the right way or the wrong way. I did see a trainer tips over there, so I feel like it's the right way. Could have also gotten a Persian. I'll take Lapras. I don't know why I'm trying to fight you. Oh, can't escape. What about now? Can't escape. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what that item just was. But you know what I am gonna do? Max Repel. Right? Ain't nobody got time for this, right? Shoo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Okay, so I think this is the wrong... Wait, no, but see, again, the trainer tips. Like right here, see? Hold B to surf faster. And when the L button mode is set to auto run, press L to toggle turbo surf. Turbo surf has been activated. Oh, sheesh. Oh my God, I do be turbo surfing. That's incredible. We got a dive bowl. And we need to fight this trainer. If I stare at the water surface for too long, I begin to forget what I was doing in the first place. I've always been told, you know, fishing's very therapeutic. Again, I only ever did it once with my pa. He was a big fisher. There's not a lot of fishing places here in Colorado. Go figure. Gumshoes probably has a dark move, but it's not a stab. And Gris do be that guy. Also, I never realized just how... Yeah, it's Crunch. Just how tiny... Okay, I was just hoping we weren't speed tying. I'm slinging from the hip on that one. I'm not gonna lie to you. But the lake trio are the smallest of all legendaries or mythicals, and they're like a couple inches or something, bro. I swear, I don't even think they're a foot. Delete a move to make room for poltergeist. The user controls the target's item to attack. Fails if the target has no... Oh, okay. Well, that seems like a no-go then. Because that's putting a lot of hope that they just have an item. And it's kind of hard to tell who will and who won't. You know, if he Mega Evolves Sceptile, that'd be crazy. We gave Koi Ambu Incinerate for this very reason, so we finally have something to do against grass types. My what harshly fell? I'll show you. And I just can't get over... Oh, that's unfortunate. Wow. What? Give me my leftovers back, you coward. There's no way Sceptile's found. Look, Endeavor matches HP. But, okay, I actually didn't mean it double-clicked for me. I don't know if they have, like, a quick attack. Okay, Energy Ball. There was some ways where, I don't know. But that'd be a sad way to lose Coin Boot. But now, fudge, him using leftovers kind of pissing me off. Wait. Ooh, quick on the draw. This is nice, because we disappear first, then he goes. Then he's probably fast for us on the next turn. Misses again, then we hit. But him stealing our leftovers here might actually... Wait, am I faster? Am I faster? Oh, wait, did I quick draw again? Okay. I quick draw back to back, which isn't ideal, but... Doo-doo. Because it can work the other way. If I Phantom Force turn 1, don't quick draw, then I'm usually slower, disappear, but then turn 2 if it activates. Now I go first and actually miss out on avoiding a move. But whatever. Really don't appreciate that Endeavor cheese, bro. You're not the one having to pay for these hyper potions. And don't tell me I have plenty of money, okay? You don't know my financial situation, okay? You don't know if I'm responsible or irresponsible with how I handle this money. Or who I'm having to support. Oh my gosh. Oh, it's turbo. I mean, that seems like that has to be the right way, right? Like that's a big seat. Me when I'm using my name, and I need to start the with a capital letter. You get it. Eastern Bluffs. The who? Are you looking to fight, brother? I'll tell you what. Oh, geez, another trainer. Well, here you go. Oh. Rock climb. I've been instructed by my superiors to hand out the HM to any trainers coming this way. Till the bridge is fixed, you'll need to use that HM for rock climbing if you want to go to Seaport City. Just face that rock wall over there to use it. Oh, but you know, I'm assuming we need the gym badge to be able to use it, though. But that's big. You want to know the best part about Olive Garden? Aside from the fact that when you're there, you're family. Come on, focus. Yes. You know. Andy's mints, bro. What the heck? You went to Olive Garden and shaved your Andy's mints? Ain't no way, bro. Those things never leave the table. They bring those off from... No, I see. Found them at the grocery store. Probably for the worst. You know, can't be good for me. Andy's Snap Bar XL. Mm-hmm. I don't know what they are about them, man, but they're cracked to me. Bring a lot of those. Also, we gotta fight trainers. Because we ain't no cowards. I ain't afraid of no ghosts. But I am afraid of sugar and calories. Marowak. Ooh, a low in Marowak? Ooh. Forgot we have Gris in the front. Not cool. Hey. If not dig big now, then win. Although bro can't take a hit. Hold on. Nah, he wins these. Jeez Louise, brother. You've got to be faster. You one shot. Am I risking all my dig bic on this? It's been a while since I made a Pepega play. Yellow. Earthquake. But he's going to one shot. It's a dig bic. We're slinging it around. Okay. I'm going to be honest. There was more than a 50% chance that I was sick and we died there. I'm going to be honest. That was a calculated risk, and the risk was knowing I was probably going to die. But I never worried. That's our dude. Oh. You don't have levitate, do you? I could heal. Earthquake. It's ×4, baby. What you gonna do? What you know about that? What you know about rolling down in the deep when you're... I don't actually know the word. When you're... Oh my gosh, Mr. Fruit doesn't know more than 1 sentence to a song? Shocking. Dust Noir. Alright, well now that one, maybe that's our cue to... see. But the what? We also don't have great ghost matchups, do we? Weak to ghost. The fighting can't hit ghost. You're weak to ghost. Your stab can't hit ghost. And then Venitas. But wait, didn't we learn ghost resist? Fudge. I'm gonna talk. How many times have I mentioned this now? But ever since we have Venitas, I keep asking and realizing things about. Okay. 80% sure ghost resist bug. Let's see if I'm right. What is this? Oh, it autocorrected the toy chart, not type chart. I'm like, what am I looking at here? Okay, attacker, bug, ghost, does resist. Yes, we're learning. I'll still doubt myself next time I ask, but maybe I'll be like 90% confident that time. Okay, so why don't we just... Long story to say, why don't we just go Celestial? Our dragon hits, you know, so that's important. Can you imagine being punched by a shadow? Would he hurt? I'm just trying to think of the actual... the mechanics of it, like... Would he be punching our shadow? What if I'm not casting in a shadow? You know, what if like it's high noon and I'm perfectly positioned in a way, or it's overcast enough that, you know, like it's so the lighting is so soft. So then how would the shadow hit me? And would it be like a hard object, or would it have some give? Because I kind of feel like it'd be like more like an inflatable maybe. All right, somebody punched me with a shadow. Let's figure it out. Mythbusters. Which, speaking of Mythbusters, used to love that show, but then reading about it and stuff, I guess there's a lot of drama that show had, especially amongst the cast. Well, and of course, some of the cast has passed now. Graham, I believe, is the one who passed. But yeah, apparently, weird stuff going on behind the scenes. Like, people just be normal challenge, if that's a Giratina. Impossible. It's always something. So Giratina kind of just heightens the whole issue I was talking about. Now I can't use Celestial because we're weak to Dragon. What the fudge? He resists. Do we have any? We could hit him with Earth Power, and that's it. He would resist Incinerate. You resist Water. What the fudge? Okay. I don't really have a choice. Is there any... Could Gris get away with one hit? We could Scout. Or we could Charm. Let's Scout. You know what? I'm going to use a Protect. We're being smart here. Shadow Claw. Alright. Guess what? If we Charm, I thought we'd be faster. We're so tiny. This doesn't kill us. Yeah, we're fine. Nice Rocky Helmet. Charm, -2 attack. Le frickin' now. Now, unless you crit, you can do significantly less. But if you do crit, I'm dead. So, I take my leave now. Job well done, Gris. He's going to try and Shadow Claw, so he's not even going to hit us in the first... Oh, he tried to Hex us. The heck? Hex the heck? Earth Power. What was I saying before this? Oh, Mythbusters, right. But it made me think of, you know, workplace. Because, I mean, it is hard for people of all walks of life and stuff to just come together and just be on the same page. I mean, that's why there's HR, you know, and so many workplace shenaniganery. You know, drama and this and that and heads butting, which can be good, you know, challenge each other, but sometimes people are just staunchly set in their ways and have a problem adapting and working with how other people operate. And that just reminds me because I had lunch with my brother this past week, and that's part of what he does at his company is HR. He also, you know, like interviews, but also, yeah, dealing with HR stuff and whatever. And he just talks about how, well, he does way too much. He's got a lot on his plate. His job title should be does everything. But yeah, that's what he talks about. Like it's even trying to understand, empathize, and try to view something as if somebody else was looking at it. You just realize, like, it's impossible. So many people are so different, and it's so hard to know what they'll actually think or do or want. Like, one of his examples, my dream's a big one, was in their warehouse. They had, like, somebody working there, and he used to work in the warehouse. And it's pretty, like, menial, you know, like, not engaging work. And he talked about, you know, like, the only way he could get back, this was like 2009, was listening to Joe Rogan, back when Joe Rogan, like, started his podcast. That was really only the podcast, really, back then. But, like, to him, it was just kind of mind-numbing. He's like, I just, like, needed anything I could to get through the day, any kind of stimulation. It's just something else. And so he was trying to, like, talk to him and figure out what they needed, ways to make the job a little easier, more engaging, or, like, you know, what can we do? And he talks about, like, one of the guys there working there, just fine, you know. He's like, nah, I don't. He has no ambition, no complaints. He doesn't really want for anything. He actually just enjoys the work. Who am I going for here? I guess we can Earth Power. Yeah, that like, the point is, not everybody in life has huge ambitions or chasing something or trying to climb some corporate ladder or whatever, right? Like, some people just want to clock in, know what they're doing, clock out, that's it, right? Like, it doesn't have to be any more than that. And I think a lot of people at first hear that, and it doesn't register. Like, they failed it. Like, well, you must have, or like, okay, but like, what do you want? And that's, some people are just content, you know? But so it's just an example of like all the extremes, because then you have other people at the office that are completely different, and the extremes of trying to like meet and assess the needs of all those people and stuff, and it's certainly don't envy them. But yeah, to those people, I don't think there's any problem with that. Like, they know what they want, and for them, a job is like, their job is just their job, probably, right? Like, it's not their passion, and it doesn't have to be. You know, shout out to them. They're just content. And I'm certainly envious. Because for whatever reason, there's something in my brain that the only thing that satisfies me is passion and fulfillment. But then my brain isn't quite clear on what that is, though. So no matter what I do, I never leave satisfied a lot of the times. And it's like, bro, just tell me, man. Just tell me what do you need, bro? I need my brain to communicate. It's not very helpful in the relationship. I have to be the one to kind of open it up. You know, I got to go diving deep into my own psyche and then trying to like pull teeth. Like, come on, man. You know how helpful it'd be if you just told me these things. And to be fair, the hold on. I forget how exactly it was worded, but it was kind of like, because like, I'll probably do it injustice, but the way I heard it kind of like changed the way I look at some stuff in life. But it was like, you know, let's say you got to make a big decision in life or something. I don't know. Someone's like, let's just say we're talking about work. Let's say some other company's approaching you or poaching, whatever. Well, like, hey, come work for us. We'll pay you more. And you'll have to move, but like it's like your dream job maybe or something. But currently at the work you're at, you like the people you work with, you've been there a while, whatever, pays good. The specifics aren't too important. Wait, is this his Tapu Koko? Or their Tapu Koko? I think it is. And so you're like, I gotta think, I don't know yet. I gotta think on it, right? Like, give me a couple days. So then a couple days pass, and then you have your answer, right? And you come to them like, okay, I thought about it. Yay or nay. The answer doesn't matter. But they posed it as, because like, let's assume, even if you did get some external input, right? Like, let's say you talk to other people, family, friends, whatever, maybe your coworker, your boss, I don't know. Like, if you're in a good relationship and they just want what's best for you. Even if you did or didn't, but let's say you just did some introspection, right? Like, you just thought about it. The answer was there the moment they asked you. Like, you say you got to think about it and search for the answer, more or less, right? But it was in you. You just didn't know how to access it yet, right? Like, essentially what you're doing is you're like querying your brain, racking these things and going through these things, trying to get to the answer. But the answers to almost everything in life that aren't just like objective truth and fact of like, well, what's the answer to this equation? You know, like science. And it's like, oh, well, you don't know that. But like your core values or what you believe in or the decisions you want to make are all inside you already. But it's just, you don't know how to access it all. And then the same way too, like I'm talking about, you know, like introspection, looking inside yourself, talking to yourself or whatever, trying to think, like it's all there. But it's not just like a computer and I can't just control F, look for exactly what I'm looking for, right? But the more you do it, it gets a little easy to query, right? But I don't know. Again, like I don't think I'm doing it justice. They probably have an ice attack, but we should be fine. Like Tri-Beam or something? I don't know. To explain it, but yeah, like, because you just think of like, you got to look for it. But really, all that decision making and the voices or whatever who are deciding this and that, Like, you already got it. You just don't know how to access it all the time, right? And part of that is also because otherwise we'd be exhausted, right? Part of it is also going based off of long-term memory. But long-term memory isn't as accessible as short-term processing. Because short-term is like a little cache, right? Like your cookies, essentially, if you're like on a browser. More recent things you can quickly look up and grab. But like, what was that browser I was using 4.5 years ago? That tab? I don't freaking know. It's in here. We're way, but you can't just, but you're like, oh, that article I read yesterday on that tab. Oh, I remember that. In the same way, a lot of the decisions you make in life are based off of a culmination of events, right? Like, that's why people are the sum of their parts in terms of like experiences, decisions, choices, all that sort of memories. Because that's just how you base. Like, if you didn't have any memories, the way you would make decisions on stuff is vastly different. Because most of the time, when you make a decision, subconsciously or consciously, you're taking into account all the previous data you now have on the subject, or even just adjacent subjects. And, you know, you remember, oh, when I did it this time, this happened. Which is why, like, you know, subconsciously you can retreat away from some certain things, especially early on in life, when you're a kid, some things happen, something happens, you register it in your brain, okay, when I do this, this happens, and it's a negative outcome. We don't like that. So then you just kind of bury it. Fast forward a while, that same sort of situation, and for some reason you're like, this doesn't feel right. And it hasn't happened in a while, but you just don't realize, like, because that is just such a deep, like, held memory and value, whether or not, like, you've actually decided and thought, like, this is what I believe, or this is what I think. I don't know what I'm talking about, but I don't know. I think it's interesting stuff. Human brains are fascinating, though. But so, that's why, you know, like, if you have amnesia, you really are just kind of a different person. Kind of like a clean wipe on a PC or something, right? Like, you still got the operating system, you're still Windows. But everything else is, gotta start fresh. Talk about a yap. What is bro yapping about? Okay, so there's actually nothing here. But wait, was there... Where am I correct? Oh, okay, we just have to jump down here. It's a big commitment. Route 16, something... Oh, but the city's down there. Repellent's effect wore off. Oh, I didn't mean... Yes, I think we're done. Wait, what? Ding, down, bow, back, bow, bow, hey there. Let's have ourselves a good time. Check. I'm already there, bro. I'm vibing. I also love how in that little pixel art, though, they managed to get the Gyarados on the back of that. Sick. Roughneck Sylvester. It's my person. Come on. You probably have Pursuit. Does that change what I'm about to do? No. It won't one-shot us anyway. But you didn't even click the button. Ooh, Staubot didn't. But yeah, that's why, I don't know. It's so interesting. Well, actually, when I was talking with my brother, too, that kind of reminds me of psychology. How the further you get away from, what is it, like math? I think it's math. The more of an abstraction it becomes. So bear with me here, because I'm also trying to remember what he talked about. Because he summed it up in a better way than I heard. But so math is pure, right? It's like the one truth we know in this world. Math works. When the math works, that's just how it is. Which is why, if we were to come across an alien species and try to communicate with them, I think the best way to do that is use math. Show an equation, right? Or like, you know, E equals MC squared, because assumedly they would understand math is math. Now, perhaps they have a different way of notating math, right? Like the way we use E equals MC squared, maybe it's something else, right? But like a foundational law of the universe or something, right? And boom. They're like, oh, okay, we see you. Rather than trying to be like, hello, me, human, you, alien, we're going to conquer you, you know? No bueno. But yeah, so like math is a truth, then science. In that, obviously science chases the truth. But science, more or less, is true until it's not. Trying to play and talk about this, by the way, is a doozy right now. Because like if I lose my train of thought. Yeah, because like scientific truth, right? That's also what I love about science. Like a scientific fact, whatever. The literal definition or whatever is essentially it is currently true until it's not. Like, this is right up until the moment someone goes, actually, here's proof that it doesn't work. All it takes is one. For it to not work once, right? Like a theory. Which is why science is great. They're just like the world's greatest haters. Somebody says like, yo, I found this thing. Thousands of people are like, I'm going to try so hard to prove that you're wrong. And it only takes one hater to be right. So it must feel so more vindicating too when like no one can prove you wrong. You're like, yeah. But so science is our best understanding, and it's the abstraction from, we're applying math, right, to the things we can observe and record and analyze, whatever. But then you keep going down, and there's different abstractions. And then eventually you get down to, like, psychology. That's just what I was thinking about it, which is still, like, abstractions. And every time you abstract, it introduces more and more likelihood of like error or biases and all that sort of stuff. Anyway, it's fun talking to my brother. I hadn't talked to him in a while though. I walked away. He said it was the most interesting conversation he's had in years. I'm still riding that high. He's a mechanical engineer. He's right over my head, right? Because I told him there's a world where I'd like to be an astrophysicist. And he gassed me up, saying, like, you're smart enough. You can... I'm like, okay. I don't know about that. But I was just telling him how much I like physics and cosmology. And a lot of wanting to learn it, though, is just having a more than surface-level understanding of this stuff. Also, I just realized this is not Nurse Joy. The bald man.
Yeah, I think your Pokemon are healed. But I didn't go through nursing school, so I can't really tell. I really hope I see you in your money again.
Okay. Interesting. But yeah, so like rather than just like surface level understanding or like hearing something and conceptualizing and quote unquote understanding it, within most of my understanding is regurgitation, instead of understanding the base layer, right, of the universe with like math and some of the science, and knowing they say this, but now I can actually understand why it is, not just you tell me and I understand what you're telling me, but I don't go deeper than what you're telling me because I can't engage with it any further. Anyway, I don't know what I'm yapping about. We're saving. We made it to the town. I said I would. Did I not? But now I am pressed for time to get this episode up. Someone graffitied all over the sign. I might do a quick look then before next episode to see if there's stuff to grab in this city rather than running around and talking to everybody for 20 minutes. Which means we should be good to come... It is. I am sweating like a pig, bro. What is it? This is... Why is it so hot in here? I'm all over the place right now. Yeah, so we should hopefully fight the gym this Friday. In our hopeful hour of power, the light goal... I don't know, I'm not actually going to give you guys a light goal. I just didn't want to tell you that because you might not like the video at first. And I just like seeing you guys engage because probably means you're enjoying. Yeah, so hopefully we get through the gym, and we'll see what comes after that as we progress. Now, notice that I'm not saying if we make it through the gym. At this point, we should hopefully, granted, all it takes is one heartbreak, one insane mon and situation. Especially with the gym leaders who I guess have certain EVs trained or whatever, like the world's tankiest Golduck. So who really knows? But I do appreciate you all. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys are having a good week. I will see you guys Friday. Love you. Deuces.
If you enjoyed this video, I think you might enjoy this one. With that said, thank you very much for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic day. I'll talk to you in the next one. Farewell.